創生.
Hey, what's up guys? I went ahead and got Battride War Genesis, and I wanted to do a quick performance analysis. Obviously, if you played the last one, you would know that the load times and the performance just like killed the game. I'm going to give you the bad news first. The bad news is that it's locked at 30 FPS on PS4, which I'm going to be completely honest with you, I'm pretty pissed off. Like I bought a PS4 to play this, hoping that it would be 60 FPS, but it's locked at 30. The good news is that it's stable. I haven't really seen too many frame drops, only in cutscenes where it obviously doesn't matter, you're not actually playing. The other bad news about this is you definitely don't want to get this game if you plan on recording footage and you don't have your own capture card. If you don't have an external capture card or a DVD recorder or whatever you use, some kind of actual capturing device, not just the PS4, you're not going to want to get this game because as far as I know, pretty much all the modes are locked except survival. So if that's a deal breaker for you, you might want to wait until the price drops or something. The other good news is that the load times are pretty much instant. The load times were abysmal in the last one. Like, you could pretty much like write an essay or like clean your house in the time it took to load. It was just like 90% loading, 10% gameplay. Like it took me a year to finish the last one just because of how long it took to load. The game was actually just, you know, naturally long by itself, but the load times made it even longer. I didn't even bother with the end game content because it's just too much loading. So to clarify, I am on the PS4 version, which has the fastest load times. I hear the Vita is slightly below that, like a couple seconds, since it's on, you know, it's on a card. It's not reading a disc or anything. And I'm running it digital on a stock hard drive. I don't have anything special in my PS4 at all. There's no solid state drives or anything, and it loads pretty much instantly, which is definitely the biggest improvement. So I'm just going to run through a quick level here.
Kamen
It's hard to appreciate these load times unless you played the last one. You should definitely, if you haven't played it, if this is your first Battride War game, you should definitely look at the load times on that. Like, it was abysmal. Even if you go to like another area, like the shop, it's pretty much instantaneous. Like, that was like 3 seconds. So once you get into the game, it's locked at 30, which is a bummer, but I don't think it's a deal breaker. I was kind of on the fence about getting this. I actually just got it digital because I didn't want to take a risk on having the load times be as bad as they were before. But I'm glad I decided to buy it. One thing I don't like about this game is the normal mode, the enemies have like tons of health. It gets pretty boring after a while, the pacing's a little off. And I imagine if you play survival mode for a while, you can get some pretty decent figures.
一見落着かな。熱くいくぜ。さすがやる。
その調子だよ。
おりゃおりゃスピードには自信がある。熱くいくぜ。
Definitely my favorite rider kick.
おりゃよしおりゃ一体何が起きたんだ。
Well, there's your little overview slash performance analysis. Frame rate is 30, which sucks, to be honest. I'm pretty pissed off that they don't have it running at 60, but who knows, maybe they'll unlock it later or something. But the game runs really well. It loads pretty much instantly, which was definitely the biggest problem with the last one. It's got way more content too, which is obviously a big blemish on Battride War 2. There wasn't really a whole lot of content in that game, a lot of padding. Even without the load times, the campaign was pretty long, and there wasn't a whole lot of new stuff to discover. Whereas with this game, they've got tons of new characters. I've been playing for about 3 or 4 hours now, and I've only unlocked like, I think 2 or 3 of them. So it's definitely got a good value, and now that the game doesn't take forever to load, you can actually appreciate the other content like survival mode and stuff like that. So I will have more footage in the near future. I think I'm actually going to get the Vita version next week, because apparently it has cross-save. So you can play on any of the versions and transfer your save over, which is going to be pretty ideal. I guess ideally you could do like PS3 Vita or PS4 Vita and switch your save off. You can go out and grind out a couple levels, come back and transfer your save. But once again, I want to warn you guys, if you're planning on just using the built-in streaming, you're definitely not going to want to get this game, or you want to get another kind of alternative recording method, because you're pretty much going to have like the survival mode and that's it. The meat of the game is not usable. You can't even take screenshots in this, so it's definitely one of those games where they're really stingy about the share button, which is kind of unfortunate. You know, the share button's meant to, you know, lower the barrier of entry to do stuff like this, but unfortunately you're going to need a capture card of some sort. Anyway, I'll catch you guys later with some more footage. Peace.